can't give us one shred of proof that your mythical Middle Eastern war god exists.
This atheist tries to debunk God, so make sure to watch till the end because I have a Bible verse that will tie all of this together. Shout out to Cliff and give me an answer for making this video. Let's get into it.
One shred of touchable, tangible, provable evidence in thousands of years. Not one shred of evidence.
All right.
We go to a university where we use facts to argue rationally. We use facts to prove things. You know, we use evidence, we experiment, we test. You can't give us one shred of proof that your mythical Middle Eastern war god exists.
All right, would
Answer
you please
that.
prove to me that this woman has a rational mind?
Rational mind? I don't know that for certain yet. I haven't talked with her long enough. I don't even know her.
Good. But if you did talk with her long enough, and if you listened to articulate speech flowing from her lips, although you could not prove that she has a rational mind, based on the evidence of her articulate speech, you would act and live your life as if she did have a rational mind, would you not?
No, not necessarily. I'd have to put it to experimental proof.
Stop lying to yourself and to me.
I'm not lying
You
to
sure
anyone,
are.
pal.
Fine,
Like I
then
said,
give me-
hey, get back to the
Prove
point.
to me that- no, I'm-
Prove! Prove your God exists. Don't be talking to me about some woman who I don't even know. That was the point. You're getting way off the point.
No, I'm not
Prove.
getting off.
He's proving the point that you don't even put in the effort to understand who he said this Middle Eastern war god. Go into the evidence for Jesus Christ. Did he really rise again? Did he really die by the Romans? Did he really get buried? Did he really resurrect? Did people see him after he resurrected? 500 people did. Continue to watch here.
How
This is out to be
intellectually naive
said.
you are
Evidence.
in standing out here saying, unless you can prove something, you don't believe it. Rubbish.
I
You
heard
cannot
many
prove
things
that
I
anybody
can
has a
prove.
rational mind. You believe they've got rational minds. Why? Not because you can prove it, but because the evidence of the way they speak in an articulate way, the evidence of the way they dress in an orderly way, points to the fact that between their two beautiful ears lies a rational mind. But you can't prove squat, sir.
You call that orderly?
Yeah, I sure do.
Well, that's a matter of subjective opinion now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah? Well, I can promise you that when UC Santa Barbara decides who they're going to accept as students, they don't just engage in a crapshoot. They look at SATs, they look at GPAs.
Right. Well, let's see.
And they say,
let's see
have you displayed
let's
the
see God's
academic
GPA and his
excellence to
SAT
make it in here?
scores. Then maybe he'll get into UCSB.
Right. So although they can't prove that that student is brilliant, the evidence of their academic record is that through high school and by taking SATs and doing well, they can thrive in this academic institution.
Tangible proof that can be read, can be seen, can be felt, can even be tasted if you want to eat it.
And you can do that with Jesus. Tangible proof that you could read something that was written during Jesus' time or a little bit after. It was obviously written after Jesus' time, but like 20 years after.
You tasted, felt, or saw someone's rational mind. You haven't. The evidence is that people have rational minds. Based on that evidence, you believe that they have rational minds. You don't prove it.
That still remains to be seen in this day and age. With
Fine, do you bring a
wars
chemistry
and
kit every time you
suffering
go down to eat dinner at a
exploitation of
restaurant? You don't prove things in life.
Sure
You
I
don't
do.
bring your chemistry kit to the cafeteria to chemically analyze the food before you eat it.
I don't
Instead-
need to. I've eaten most of this stuff before.
Good.
I've tested it, tasted it. There's proof that it exists.
You have not tested
I
the
don't have
food
to
that
take
you're
it on
about to eat
faith
for
that it's
lunch.
food.
You haven't tested that. But based on evidence that UCSB does not hire crooks for cooks, you sit down and eat that food without chemically analyzing it.
Yeah, exactly. My point. I've proven it. I can eat
No,
the food.
you have not.
You're missing the whole point.
No, you're missing
And
my
you're not
comeback.
giving me the proof that I am demanding. Prove
Sure.
that your God exists.
The point is, you can't prove anything in
Let's
life.
bring him down. I'd like to shake his hand, ask him a few questions in person.
Fine, but the point is, you're intellectually naive if you think that
It's
you have to
not
prove
naive,
something
pal.
in order to believe it. When you're approaching a green traffic light, do you prove that the guy coming down opposite towards the red light is going to stop before you go through it?
A lot of times they don't, pal.
Do you prove that they're going to stop at the red light before you go through your green light? Do you prove that the pharmacist in that bottle of medicine has put the right medicine? Or do you trust based on evidence of reliability? I cannot prove that God exists, but I can give you more than enough evidence that God exists. The evidence is the order and the design of the cosmos. points to an intelligent mind.
Not necessarily.
Of course it does.
No, it doesn't. We're a chaotic universe. I mean,
You can't say that we're a chaotic universe. If the Earth was any farther away from the sun, we would freeze to death. If the Earth was any closer, we would burn up in flames. If just the law of gravity was just a little bit different, a little bit stronger, a little bit off, we would all go flying into space or collapsing into a ball. Like, there's so much order and design in our DNA. It's literally written like a code because there was a creator.
belief systems here are chaotic.
Well, I definitely agree with that.
Because you've gotten everybody to march in Nazi lockstep with yours doesn't necessarily make it true.
Well, that's for sure. I'm not asking you to believe that God exists because I believe God exists. You'd be a fool to do that. I'm asking you to believe that God exists because the order and design of the cosmos points to some type of intelligent mind.
It could be Osiris. It could be Isis.
Sure, you bet it could be Osiris.
Any number of mythical explanations that have risen up over the 100,000 or so years that,
I agree.
that our species has been in existence.
That's correct. But then, aren't you agreeing with me then that there's got to be some type of God or gods?
No, I'm not agreeing with you at all. I'm simply saying that we've made up these explanations. Any one of them could be equally as plausible, not proof. Plausibility.
Fine. Then how is it plausible for you as a thinking human being to conclude the order and the design of the cosmos is an accident? How is that plausible?
Dang, he got quiet. For Jesus, he is the most plausible out of any of the other gods that people like to come up with. Jesus was a factual, actual person. Did he really do the things that were written about him? And the facts show that he most likely did.
Mount Rushmore. And now while we're staying at the foot of Mount Rushmore, I say, wow, look at the way the water has dripped down the rock face there. By golly, that's the head of Washington. Oh, isn't that Lincoln? Man, that's Jefferson, and there's old Teddy Roosevelt. Isn't it incredible the way the water just sort of eroded away those heads on Mount Rushmore? That is absurd. That is totally brainless to believe that. Take 10 pennies, number them 1 to 10, put them in your right pocket, pull them out sequentially. I ain't standing around holding my breath waiting for you guys to pull it off. If you can't do something that simple, how on earth can you argue for the plausibility that the human eye, the human central nervous system, the quote laws of nature are a cosmic accident? Really? That's like the unabridged dictionary being the result of an explosion in a printing factory. No, it does not happen that way. You do not get order and design by chance out of chaos. Order and design points to some type of intelligent mind.
No, not necessarily. As I just said, order can arise out of chaos. Chaos means no intelligent design behind it.
Oh, really? Give me one example out of your life where order comes about by chaos. Like the shirt, or the glasses, or the watch that you're wearing. Hey, it's an incredible accident I found on the side of the road today, isn't it? Boy, oh boy, isn't it amazing the way the glass just sort of flew into place? The metal just sort of came together. The extra pieces of metal just sort of fell off. And lo and behold, as a result of the impersonal plus chance plus time, we had a wristwatch. Amazing accident, isn't it, guys? Incredible discovery on the side of the road today.
So now I have a Bible verse that will tie all of this together. Colossians 1:15 says, Christ is the visible image of the invisible God. He existed before anything was created and is supreme over all creation. So guys, if you believe there's a God, go to Jesus. He's the most plausible, he's the greatest explanation. He has the most evidence for him being the way to God. So go to him today. Know that he loves you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below your thoughts. In the description below, I have the opportunity for you to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. I'll walk you right through it. So do that today. And like this video and subscribe, and you might like this video here. Peace.